Hi guys, so in today's video we are going to be talking about something that is very exciting. Makeup Revolution have just launched their new Conceal and Define Full Coverage Conceal and Contour Liquid Concealers, and these are coming out on the 3rd of January. These are coming out on the 3rd of January, I believe, and no, this video is not sponsored. Yes, I post videos on their channel and I make content for their channels, but no, they do not sponsor any of my videos at this point, and no, they do not know that I'm making this video. And yes, this video is going to be 100% my honest opinion. So I asked you guys on Twitter after they did their little like reveal thing on Instagram, I asked you guys if you would like to see a video on this because obviously I love reviewing drugstore makeup and this is a pretty big new launch because there's 18 different shades and we're gonna get onto that in a little bit. But yeah, I asked you guys on Twitter and like I think 90% of you said that you wanted a video on this concealer, so if you guys want to see me applying this concealer, swatching every single shade because I have all of them, and if you want to see what my thoughts and opinions are and if it's worth buying, then I recommend you keep watching this video. So before I put these on my face, I just want to discuss the shade range. There are 18 different shades of this concealer. 18 shades, which for a drugstore concealer I am just so impressed with, and the fact that this concealer is £4 and has 18 shades I just think is brilliant. So I have all of the shades on my arm here. I will insert a little clip of the different shades, like a close-up of all of these swatches right now. So guys, this is the full shade range, and I did do like a little extra bit there for number 5 because I was just checking that I had swatch number 5 and not accidentally number 7, because shade 5 is a bit darker than shade 6, so just bear that in mind. Also shade 5 and shade 7 are very similar. So these are in order with C1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Also, I think that number 6 is a bit paler than number 4 as well. So I'd maybe like swap those two shades around if it was me, but yeah, there we go. So they've got their super fair shades for people like me that have really pale skin. They've got their kind of like in-between colours for people that are like darker skin than me. There are some like medium dark shades like this one and this one and this one, and then they've also got dark shades for people with deeper skin. They literally pretty much have every single skin tone covered in this concealer shade range, which I just think is great because not enough companies do that. I need to take these off my arm because they're gonna go all over my pajamas. Okay, so before I put anything on my face, right now my face is completely bare. I am gonna put on a bit of foundation first because that is what I would normally do with my concealer, and if you're wondering, my face is pretty pale. My foundation colours are Revlon Colour Stay in the shade Buff. This one matches my skin pretty well, and another foundation that matches my skin is the Maybelline Super Stay in 03 True Ivory, so that's just like an indication of my skin tone. I am pretty pale. I definitely know there are people that are paler than me though, and obviously there's people that are darker than me as well, but yeah, my skin tone is kind of neutral to slightly on the yellow side. My face kind of looks a bit more like pinky, but that's because I have like really sensitive skin, and whenever I cleanse it or whatever it goes a bit more pink. But actually like matching my neck and like my arms and stuff, my skin is definitely more like on the yellow side or like neutral than pink. I'm just gonna quickly put on a layer of my Revlon Colour Stay foundation and then I will move on to the concealer. I don't want to go too crazy on the foundation because I want to show you guys like how the concealer actually works, so I'm just gonna do one layer. Okay, so now that I've got my one layer of foundation on, let's talk about the concealer. The shades that I use in this concealer are C1 and C2, which are the two palest shades. C1 is probably like the best fit for me. Let me just do a little swatch on my hand, and then C2 is just a slight bit darker and a bit more like yellowy. So that is C1, and then C2. My hand is a bit darker than my face, as you can probably see. I'm just going to quickly compare these to some other like popular concealer shades. So I have the Collection Lasting Perfection concealer in the shade 1 Fair, which is their palest shade. I do actually think they've come out with a paler shade recently, which is quite good. So let me just compare. I'll do a close-up in a second, but that is the collection one underneath. I then have the LA Girl Pro Conceal in the shade Porcelain, because I know that's another one that's quite popular with pale people. And then I've also got the Maybelline Fit Me Concealer in 15. And then my favourite concealer of all time is actually the Tarte Shape Tape. I wear the shade Fair Beige, but I should really wear the shade Fair because Fair Beige is like pink. But I would just do a swatch of that as well. Okay, so this is the Makeup Revolution C1, then C2, then that is the Tarte Shape Tape in Fair Beige. This one is the, whoa, wait, this is the collection one. That is oxidized a lot. So yeah, I know a lot of people complain about this one oxidizing, and it definitely has. That's the collection in Fair. That one is the LA Girl Pro Conceal in Porcelain, and this one is the Maybelline Fit Me in 15. So yeah, there we go. There's a little comparison. So this one right here, C1, is definitely lighter than the collection one, which is now gone kind of orange. Something that I have noticed is it does dry down very quickly. So what I like to do with it, instead of like putting it all over my face in the places that I'll need it, I like to do my under eyes first, and then I'll do my nose, and then I'll do my blemishes. Just otherwise it like dries and it sets too quickly. So you do need to work quickly with this concealer, otherwise it will dry and it's not good. The packaging is in this little, it's just like a basic tube really, like a plastic tube. It's got like the rose gold sticker and a rose gold lid, and then it kind of like springs up when you do that. And then it's got this big like doe fur applicator thing, which is kind of similar to the Tarte one, but the packaging for this is like a bit smaller than the Tarte Shape Tape. This is the Makeup Rev one, and then the Tarte Shape Tape is this one. So as you can see, there's more here. Tarte Shape Tape is 10 mil apparently, and the Makeup Revolution one is 3.4 mil. I can't remember if I already mentioned, but these are going to be £4. I'm not sure how much they'll be in America. I'm sure they will be launching in America. So let's do one under eye first, and I'll show you how it goes. So I just like to do a little triangle like this. By the way, I'm using shade C1, and then I take my beauty blender . So as you can see, it's got pretty good coverage. It says on the thing that it's full coverage. I wouldn't quite go as far as to say that it's like full coverage. Like the Tarte Shape Tape is definitely a little bit more full coverage, but that concealer's like a ridiculous amount of money. I think it's like $25 or something, and this is like £4. So, you know, you do the maths. It's quite a thick texture, like as you can see when I put it on. It's not like super thin, watery or anything, like it's a thick concealer, but under the eyes I definitely don't find that it looks too cakey or anything. Like on me, I think it's fine. I think maybe if you had dry skin, you would definitely want to make sure that you use like a moisturizing foundation, or like just use moisturizer under your foundation, because like I said, it does like set quite quickly, and I would definitely say that it's a matte concealer. So I'm now just gonna do the other eye. I actually really like the applicator. I think it's really nice because it's quite a big doe foot. It spreads out really nicely. Okay, so those are both of my under eyes done. I would say that it probably has like the same sort of coverage as the collection Lasting Perfection, if not a little bit more coverage. Let's try it around my nose. And on my nose as well. I do get quite a lot of redness around my nose. Okay, so as you can see, it did cover the redness around my nose pretty nicely. But yeah, another thing that I do want to just say quickly about this concealer is, because it does set so fast, once you've blended it out, don't keep going back over it, because otherwise it will kind of like take it off, if you get what I mean. Now I'm just going to do my blemishes. So I've got one here, put a bit on my chin. This is what, wait, I want you to see my nose. This is what it looks like before I've set it with any powder. So you can see that you can still see a tiny bit of the redness from my blemish here poking through, but overall it looks really nice. I really like it. So I'm now just going to powder my face like I normally would, because my skin is mega oily. You know that if you are, you know, if you've been subscribed to my channel for a while. So to set my face, I'm just using my Revlon Photo Ready powder. So now that I've powdered my face, I'm just going to go away, do the rest of my makeup, like brows, contour, highlight, lipstick, and my eyelashes and stuff, and then I will come right back and talk a little bit more about the concealer. Okay, so I am back. I have my face on. I'm looking a little bit more attractive. I just don't understand why other brands don't make a bigger like shade range in concealers. I don't know whether it's a budget thing, but obviously it is ridiculous. Like it's just ridiculous that other brands don't make darker shades. So I am so happy that there is such a huge shade selection in this concealer. And yeah, I think for the price it is an incredible concealer. Like on my face right now, I think it looks really, really nice. So overall, the positives of this concealer is that there is 18 different shades. It's got really nice coverage, it dries down to a matte finish, and it's only £4. And also I really like the doe foot applicator as well because it's quite big. A lot of people are gonna say like, oh, it's a dupe for the Tarte Shape Tape. But with concealers, like, you can't really dupe them because you can't get the exact formula. And then for the negatives, I would say that it does dry down quite fast, so you have to work with it quite quickly. And if you don't, then it kind of like removes the coverage of it. But honestly, that's the only negative I can really think of. So that is it from me. I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. I really hope you found it helpful. Hopefully you kind of found it helpful for like picking your shade. If you are a similar skin tone to me, then I would say go for shade 1 or shade 2. And yeah, hopefully you can kind of tell from the arm swatches. Obviously I know that if you have darker skin than me, you're not going to be able to tell by my arm swatches, but I thought it might just be helpful to swatch them all anyway, just so you guys could see like the full colour range. But yeah, if you guys aren't already subscribed to my channel and you enjoyed this video and you found it helpful, then please make sure you subscribe down below by pressing that little button. Also, I would appreciate it if you turn on my notifications because YouTube sucks, and yeah, that would just be great. I've got a lot more like product reviews and product testing videos on their way, so make sure you stay tuned for those. And yeah, that is it from me. I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!